Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we're going to be talking about Ripple and XRP. And I'm going to apologize ahead of time. I know that I sound pretty rough today. Yesterday I was starting to get sick, and today I have woken up with not only a sore throat, but I am also congested. So I do apologize if I do sound a little bit rough. Bear with me, guys. Please, I ask you that. But nonetheless, let's talk about the price chart for XRP. What we have been watching for closely is to see this sort of accumulation range breaking out or breaking down. This is on the daily span. Look at how tight this is getting. Now, usually what we do to gauge on what's going to happen next is we look for a break of support or resistance. Right now, we have been utilizing this currently the 50-day EMA as support at about 45 cents. But a lot of the support is at around roughly 45 cents, almost 44.61. So if we do break down below that, I would be concerned, and we will most likely target this nice little fib extension down here where a lot of the support is at currently 39 cents. Now, if we do break out, which would be a clean break above the 200 daily EMA at about 47 cents, then we would be targeting the next fib level up here at about 60 cents. Now, we need to gauge on where a lot of the resistance is. You know, around the 50-cent range, there's quite a bit of resistance. But the XRP Bitcoin price chart also looks very similar here as well, with the target set on the board already for us, essentially, with the 200 daily EMA at about 1,933 sats down here. And the upper range here that we are looking at is really just kind of breaking back to resistance and breaking out above it and going higher. And if you do go look at like the macro chart for this on like the 3-day span or so, you could see a little bit of a different picture here. But the next target here would be the fib extension up here, or possibly the macro resistance at about like 36.90 in terms of the sats range, or breaking back above the resistance zone, going all the way back to August of 2021, which was quite a bit of resistance. So breaking out of that would be something pretty fun to watch, especially in terms of the USD price chart. So with all that in mind, I do have to mention a few things around the SEC lawsuit, because we just recently seen a lot of updates, and I think that a few of these updates could play into price action moving a little bit around XRP. Not much, but I do think that they could play into some nice moves here. So first off, I want to start with the House Judiciary GOP. So we do see recent reports suggest that the SEC officials are using off-channel communications platforms to conduct official businesses or business and are failing to comply with federal record-keeping statutes. This is very interesting, and a lot of those major players that are supporting crypto growth and innovation are the ones that want the answers here. For example, Jim Jordan, James Comer, as well as Patrick McHenry, and also Tom Emmer, which we've been paying attention to Tom Emmer. In fact, Tom Emmer actually recently just tweeted this out, talking about Chair Gensler's regime at the SEC has been characterized by regulatory hypocrisy and inconsistency. Unacceptable that Gary Gensler doesn't hold himself to the same transparency standards that he places on the private sector. And this is, of course, quoting this tweet here. But yeah, I think that this is very interesting. And we do see down here from Library, which is also being sued, very similar to Ripple. Cases are almost identical, by the way, so we have been watching the Library case for some time. In fact, they've been in a lawsuit longer than Ripple with XRP, which is also very interesting. But we do see, as part of their campaign to destroy the American blockchain industry, the SEC threatened in a phone call to bankrupt us if we fought them. The SEC refuses to conduct business over email or allow calls to be recorded. We've been treated more fairly by literal criminals. And yeah, this is absolutely disgusting. I completely agree with Anders. It really is the fact that this agency that was supposed to be centered around protecting investors like you and me, they are probably one of the most villainous agencies within the United States, and it's really kind of disgusting as a U.S. citizen that my taxpayer money goes to support this agency that is completely diabolical. I mean, how many investors have gotten hurt over what the SEC has been doing? It really is completely insane to me that $15 billion, that's right, you heard me, $15 billion was completely wrecked by the SEC when it comes to the XRP case alone. Just the XRP lawsuit alone wrecked $15 billion worth of retail money flow. That is absolutely disgusting to me. And also, with amicus briefs piling up. Now, this is from Very DAO LLC. They filed a motion to file an amicus brief. Again, like I said, a lot of major players will come out of the woodworks to support Ripple because they do see a major win coming on the horizons. Now, I will say Very DAO is very similar to XRP. We actually do see down here. A lot of people are comparing it, so here's what we see. So they were actually kind of comparing their token to XRP, but a lot of people were actually looking at this and saying that they didn't want VeriDAO to support them because they were sued for fraud. I think that they were very well sued for the same exact reason why Ripple was sued, so it's very interesting here, but I'm not too aware of the situation with Veri. But I will say this, more amicus briefs mean more support, which is great to me at least. I do think that this is not going to stop. Like I said in yesterday's video, I think that we will see a lot more amicus briefs coming up around this case. And at some point in time, we will most likely see a huge update around this case in favor of Ripple. And we do see over here, for those of you keeping count, 12 amnesty briefs submitted. It's unprecedented, I'm told, to have this happen at this stage. They each explain in their own unique way the irreparable harm the SEC will do to every facet of the U.S. crypto economy if it gets its way. And yes, this is why I said in yesterday's video we will see a lot more amnesty briefs, because when you look at this, the biggest thing that I've said since day one was this lawsuit is about every single token. Throw XRP out the window. XRP does not matter in this case. It's about the entire industry. Going all the way back to initially when we were talking about the XRP lawsuit, some of these names like Tom Emmer, as well as the other names mentioned here, these are individuals that see the reckoning that the SEC is trying to bring to the entire crypto industry. Library is perfect on this. They want to destroy the American blockchain industry. This is a big problem, and this is a huge concern in my opinion, especially when you look at things happening around crypto. I mean, this market is booming. This market is growing. I know that right now prices are down. You can look at any token right now. A lot of prices are down in this market. But I want you guys to also understand that we are technically in a bear market. So when you look at this market, it's going to look like, all hope's lost. But when things are really moving and everyone knows about crypto, they're talking about crypto, they want to know how to buy in, that hype train is going to end at some point in time. Forget bull and bear markets. At some point in time, this market's going to forget about that. And it's going to go on a run of its own in terms of utility. I do believe that a utility-driven market is nearing day in and day out, and it's going to change the entire landscape of crypto as we know it. But I still think we're years away from that. But clear regulations could help us push forward into a day where we see tokens like XRP shining the brightest because of the utility behind them. I look forward to those days. But this is quoting Stuart Alderoty here, which was talking about the SEC has filed a motion to extend the time to file all parties' reply briefs until November 30th, and asked the court to order that any additional amicus briefs be filed by November 11th. So I would argue that within the next 8 days, we are going to see a lot more amicus briefs being released. Sorry about that. So I'm looking forward to that. So the next 8 days are going to be big for us. Definitely pay attention to the other amicus briefs. It would be great to see other major exchanges like Coinbase. Like Coinbase came out and filed their amicus briefs. I would love to see like Binance and some larger exchanges as well coming in clutch and really kind of filing their support for Ripple as well. But we do see a dozen independent voices, companies, developers, exchanges, public interest, and trade associations, retail holders, all filing an SEC versus Ripple to explain how dangerously wrong the SEC is. The SEC's response: we need more time, not to listen or engage, but to blindly bulldoze on. And yeah, I mean, this is this is comical to me. But hey, it is what it is. We will see the reply here. But I really do think that we will see a lot more additional amicus briefs filed. Again, November 11th is the key date on that. They do have a reply until November 30th, which is, again, another extension of time, trying to delay, trying to, drag their feet. It's comical. It really is comical, but I'm very excited about a lot more of, support coming for Ripple's, side, because Ripple definitely does deserve the support. I've always said it. If this was any other company being sued, this case would have been long done 2 years ago. Honestly, 2 years ago, we probably would have seen a settlement. We probably would have seen crypto being majorly targeted from the SEC with no hope of it ending. So I think that this is great that Ripple is continuously fighting, and it looks like we have the upper hand here. So very good on that. Also, Johnny Deaton did mention over on Twitter. This is why I said the first moment I read the Ripple XRP complaint. I said the SEC lacks good faith to argue that each and every sale of XRP made by anyone from the beginning of time until the end of the world is a security. It's an absurd argument that they will lose. And we do see down here from Decrypt, people have given up on us because we haven't taken those steps to work in good faith, says SEC Gov Commissioner Hester Pierce. Again, remember, Hester Pierce has been in support of she's been really neutral, but we can kind of see where her favorable position is right now. But yeah, the SEC needs to be stopped. This really does need to stop, and it really is absolutely disgusting. But all we know is that right now, a ton of support's coming out around Ripple and XRP. We just seen a Canadian exchange, an exchange that I never even heard of, by the way, just so you guys know. They relisted XRP. And it's very interesting, but they are jumping. All of these major players are jumping on the bandwagon because they see that Ripple is winning. They see that Ripple is most likely going to come out of this lawsuit as a big winner. They are going to become the king player around crypto because they are going to usher in strong regulations that support crypto in terms of innovation, growth, and ultimately get rid of the bad guys, aka the SEC. So to me, I think that this is kind of warming us up for what's going to be happening. I think that we will see a lot more major exchange listings. Some of the major exchange listings that I want to personally see is Coinbase. I mean, they are already supporting Ripple in this fight, so why not support Ripple fully and relist XRP? I mean, it just makes no sense for them not to list XRP. Binance would be another huge player. We will never see FTX. I mean, like, let's be real. Sam Bankman-Fried is playing Monopoly with his, elite friends. But some of these other major exchanges would also be great to see support XRP. But I think that we just have to be a little bit more patient. But things are definitely unfolding at a rapid pace. Like I said, Newton Crypto, I never even heard of this exchange. It's a small exchange. So if small exchanges are starting to relist XRP, it's only a matter of time before the larger ones start to do it as well. Very similar to like the Amicus briefs. We started seeing Amicus briefs coming out, and then all of a sudden it was like day by day we've seen more and more announcements of it. So this is very exciting. With that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on. If you guys want more free content, you guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As always, up to you all. Have a beautiful day, beautiful night, wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. This has been Nick. Peace out, guys.